Owning exotic animals can be challenging, but what happens when a beloved pet suddenly becomes too wild to share your home? We're in Essex with Ian Newby, founder of Dwarf, the dangerous wild animal rescue facility. Ian's used to tackling some of the world's most deadly creatures, but today there's a call out that's made even Ian nervous. Southend, shortly after high noon. Ian Newby's been called to a flat where the owners are struggling to control an aggressive family pet.
It's just one of those scenarios. The animal's got quite vicious, the owner's scared of it, and now wants to rehome it. Gloves, we're definitely going to need.
It's going to take two to tackle this dangerous creature, so Ian's got friend Andy Marshall riding shotgun. Despite its violent reputation, Ian hopes he'll be able to rehome this particular renegade, but first he's got to round it up.
I've got both nets because I think he's going to just rip through that small one. So I've got the stronger one as well. If it was an alligator or a crocodile, I'd walk straight up to it and grab it. This is going to be a funny one, I think. It's got teeth, 4 limbs, the tail, they're very fast, and all this thing's going to want to do is actually bite me.
With their arsenal assembled, it's time for Ian and Deputy Andy to meet this formidable adversary face to face. Kept as a pet indoors for the last 22 years, it's doubtful that he'll want to come quietly. This could be Ian's last stand. Meet Nobby the macaque. He looks harmless, but owner Ron Carr knows there's more than meets the eye.
He can be very nasty. I've seen him bite into someone's head.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Has he been aggressive with you at all?
Yes, he has.
He has, yeah. So what am I likely to expect? He's going to...
Just try and sink his teeth into you.
Right.
Even though Nobby's sharp canine teeth have been removed, a bite from him would be no laughing matter. As well as a nasty wound, around 85% of macaques carry the herpes B virus, potentially fatal to humans.
Even though he's had his canines taken out, it doesn't mean he's not able to actually use those teeth that he's still got. He'll still be able to rip you open straight away.
Despite the risks, it's important Nobby's move to a more suitable home.
This one, hopefully, will end up in a zoo or a private park somewhere where he can live out the rest of his life in a proper enclosure. Well, you've got to remember, these little fellas are already small. He's very strong. So I'm just hoping that there's enough strength in this to actually keep him in, and I'm sure there is.
However, Ian's got a problem with his collapsible cage.
The only thing I didn't think of when I did this is how to carry him afterwards. There doesn't seem to be a carrying handle on this at all. And obviously our fingers are going to be carrying this. What I'm going to try and do, once I get him, I'm going to have hold of the monkey, hopefully, and I'm literally going to have to launch it into there. This has got to shut, put a foot on that, and then have to close them in.
The tension mounts for macaque and master.
Right, let's do it then, yeah? Give me some protection. I know he'd probably still get through these. Don't open it right the way. I want to put the net in there, see what his reaction is to the net.
I think you're going to be very lucky to catch him.
Close it just slightly. That's it, right.
Ian's got to be patient.
Come on, fella.
It's a genuine case of softly, softly catch a monkey. However, the gentle approach is making Nobby even more miffed. It appears to be a standoff.
I think I'm actually just going to go for it. Up the neck. Straight on him. That's it, hold him down. God, he's strong. Out, down, straight down. Gotcha. Yeah, he's got a formidable set of fangs there. He's got such a thick neck, my hand only just fits round. Right. All right. You've got to go this way, Andy.
No, go, put it in front of the door.
Not something I want to do every day.
But before they can leave, Ian makes sure the cage is macaque-proof.
The last thing I want to be doing is driving home and finding this looking at me through the rearview mirror.
Well, I'm sad to see him go, really, but I think it's for the best.
Ian also thinks he's solved the carry case dilemma.
If you can't see your fingers, he might not actually think that's anything to nibble. You never know. And this will fit through that door, you reckon, Ron? Yeah. I hope so now.
Outside of the flat for the first time in years, Nobby's on the way to a fresh start, and he's clearly very excited about the prospect. Exotic animal specialist Ian Newby is used to handling the most wild of wildlife, but when he was called on to rescue Nobby the macaque, he almost met his match. Kept as a pet in a small flat for 22 years, Nobby had become violent and unpredictable, and his owners were unable to cope. It took all Ian's guile and skill to net Nobby, but it's left him with a problem: finding this less than friendly monkey a suitable new home. Since saying goodbye to the South End flat, Ian's back garden across town has been a short-term home for Nobby.
Hello, darling.
However, today he's leaving his rescue HQ and he's about to climb even further up the property ladder.
He's been here about 4 months. Not one of our longest residents, but the good news is we've got him a very good home to go to. It's just going to be awesome for him, you know, to be able to climb, to be able to run, jump. He can do a certain amount in this enclosure, but this wasn't his permanent home. This was a temporary home until we could find a permanent home that was suitable. I know a lot of our staff are probably going to miss him because he is quite a character.
After concerns over his last transport cage, Ian's constructed a sturdier model to transport Nobby. But first, he needs to get it in place.
If I get it right up on the shelf.
Nobby proved a tough match last time round and difficult to net, but now Ian's refined his strategy.
Yeah, that's perfect. Married straight up.
His special box is attached to Nobby's sleeping area and baited with food.
Now, next thing to do is close me in, all right? So if he does escape, at least he's not going to get out.
Having been denied his breakfast, Ian's hoping the peckish primate will be tricked into the box once Assistant Heather opens the trap door.
Oh, well done. Is he still there?
Nobby might be hungry, but it'll take more than a meal to tempt him into this trap. With Nobby refusing to take the bait, Ian sends for reinforcements.
At least he's put his head in, seen that there's nothing really that scary in here. He just needs a little bit more oomph from the other side. Talk to him, make some noise, clap.
Nobby gets a standing ovation, but rather than retreating to safety, he seems to be milking the applause. Finally, the slow hand clap appears to do the trick.
In you go. Go on. Go on, Nobby. Go on.
But with a captive audience, Nobby's going nowhere. He's back for an encore.
Come on, Nobby, in here. Come on, darling.
Even Ian's encouraging words fail to entice him in.
Nobby.
It looks like another standoff.
Right. You're being stubborn. I've got another idea. Jeff.
With his tactics in tatters, Ian's forced to rethink. He decides to get tough and deploy Nobby's worst nightmare.
Bring the net to the end. Don't put it in there or anything, just show
him it.
One look at the net and Nobby soon exits stage left.
Right, he's in.
At last, the show's over.
I think that net did it. Well done, Jeff.
Ian can now hit the road and take Nobby to his new home. And he's certainly moving up in the world. After more than 2 decades in a flat, Nobby will spend the rest of his life in leafy Berkshire. The 10-acre Lakeview Monkey Sanctuary in Ascot is home to 15 rescued monkeys of all shapes and sizes. Neglected or unwanted, the sanctuary provides them with a quality of life they've never previously had. As his new neighbours look on, Sanctuary owner Jim Shaw shows Nobby to his spacious enclosure.
Nobby. Hello, oh, what? You waiting to come out? Oh, yeah. Out you go, mate. He's a good boy.
While it would be impossible to replicate Nobby's natural environment in our British countryside, this is the closest he'll come to life in the wild.
That's fantastic, isn't it? He's got a vast amount of space here compared to what he's been used to for the last 20 years.
And it won't be long before Nobby's able to get up close and personal with his neighbours.
He looks quite a content animal, and I think he really has settled in well. Once he's probably done a 30-day period, then hopefully we can look into mixing him with another animal.
Sadly, Nobby's story isn't unique. The majority of the sanctuary's monkeys have also previously been kept as pets. But like them, it's hoped that after years on his own in a small enclosure, Nobby will soon settle in.
I'm just ecstatic for him. At the end of the day, Dwarf's set up to rescue and rehome animals. And at the end of the day, I think we've done a very good job with Nobby.
It seems Nobby approves too.
You good boy. Do you like it? Yeah, you do? Pleased, very pleased. Good boy, Nobs.
Once a terrifying pet, now if Nobby goes wild here, he'll definitely make friends, not enemies.